Yeah, so like I'll let him announce and put that stuff, but then I'll talk about his wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. But shout out to him. I was just like, yay. So happy he found love.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. Man, so let's talk about the movie that everybody has been talking about.
No, let's do that at the end, because then I can do my intro.
Oh, okay. Well, we could go somewhere else.
Or if you want to do it now,
let's go
however you want to. I was like, or however you want. Like,
it don't matter. We can go to another topic.
Actually, no. It's fine. I'll introduce it different. I know what I could do. It's fine. Just cut this part out.
All right. The Lee Daniels film starring Andra Day, Glenn Close, Omar Epps.
Yeah.
Monique and the kids, which were the best parts to me of this film. The Deliverance, which is based off a true story, allegedly.
I saw the Inside Edition news clip. It definitely is a true story. That's
no, man. That woman might be putting her hands in them kids, man, in real life.
Well, it said it's inspired by true events.
Right, I know that's the way.
That might not be the part that's true, but they.
I know that they claimed it happened for real. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, so that's probably just an embellishment, which we'll also get to about things being changed for this versus the reality of it as well. So,
all right, go and start with your review. Start with your initial thoughts with it, and then I'll jump in after you.
So out the gate, we all know that Lee Daniels is an Oscar nominee from The Butler, and
I thought it was Precious.
I thought it was The Butler.
Oh,
whatever the case may be. Yeah. He's an Oscar nominee, Oscar directing nominee for whether it be Precious or The Butler. And no shade, but shade to Tyler Perry. Come in here because this is what it's like to have a fully developed story, and where it leads you somewhere where there's never a dull moment, where there's things that make sense and connect. That's all we're saying. Come in here, take a page out of Lee Daniels' book, because I had an amazing time watching this movie. I didn't know that Glenn Close was the white hood mama that we all kind of needed to see.
She was married to a black man for 15 years.
In real life, Glenn Close is married to
her last husband. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so fun fact, there you go. But I just didn't know when I saw her with the black, like my baby daddy black haircut. I was like, okay, I'm locked in. And I know that shouldn't make me lock in, but I was. I never expected Glenn Close to be doing, doing
I'm tripping. No, he's not black. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought he was black. I was making sure I was confirming.
Okay.
She's been married for 2 years.
Okay. Well, anyway, Glenn Close, French tip nails, Mary J. Blige haircut, coochie cutters, titties out. I was just like, wow. I never thought I would see the day where Glenn Close is literally doing a sew-in. Like, it's wild. But ultimately, the story, the concept behind this, for the people that haven't watched this yet, we'll just give you a brief synopsis, is there's a family, they move into this house, and Glenn Close is Andra Day's mother, and her 3 kids are all in this house, and there are paranormal activities that are taking place where it is a spirit, like possessing them in different states. And then when they come out of whatever the state is, clearly they don't remember. Daryl, what was your impression of this when you locked in? Like when you watched it?
It was 2 different movies. I liked the first movie. I didn't like the second one.
Okay.
When Anja is it Anja Ellis?
Andra.
Ellis.
Ingenue?
Yes, Ingenue Ellis. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
When she showed up, it became a different movie, and I didn't like that second movie. I love the first movie.
So
First
okay.
movie was dope.
So what was the first movie?
First movie was showing like the struggle of this woman with her children and going through the system, and like her trying to find a way and no way for her kids, even though it may be questionable of her little bit of abuse on the children. We don't, it's kind of gray, and what does that mean? And the relationship with the mother and the trauma of generational curses going down from the parent to the mother,
Yeah.
the grandmother to the mother to the children. That was all awesome. I thought it was going to be built around that with the ghost, but I felt like they copped out everything and said like all this stuff that we want to discuss. Why didn't we use that as the trauma for the ghosts? And that's how the ghosts were being manifested, is because of their trauma, not just some random ghosts. We don't even know why they was there. That's my main thing. Like, why are they there?
Well, okay. So what I got from it was she had a hard time maintaining housing.
Yep.
Just because of her
third house in a year. I remember
that was her third house in a year. And so that's how they ended up at this particular place. But the interesting thing to me, I that's an interesting way to look at that, because I didn't even think of it from that perspective. The movie kind of switched.
It did.
Based on who was around. But I took it as, I could see how they looped it back, because based on how everybody was interacting with each other, and the ghost was able, the demon was able to latch on in that way. Because I felt like that's what Anjanou was saying, like, you can't be weak. And so because of all these different layers and variables in that household, that's how.
But why is the ghost in
able
that
to
house?
latch on, which they kind of explained.
They never really explain like why the ghost. Most of the time we get an explanation of like something happened here, that the ghost wanted to be here because of this and this. We just said that this ghost just here. Why?
Well, the ghost. Well, okay. So, but then they go into the aspect of whatever happened to the family before. But then
right, that ghost came before that.
But there's no history as to how, even kind of in real life, there's no reason. Like, there was no like strange thing like this. Just maybe it's on like an old ancient burial ground or something. Because even when I looked it up, they were saying that house was bulldozed like in 2016, and it was vacant after that. The real actual family lived there. It was vacant for all these years, and then in 2016 they bulldozed it.
Mm-hmm.
And they said there's still strange occurrences that happen on that property, even though there's no house there.
Yeah.
So,
man.
I mean, I sometimes, I mean, you just, from my understanding, when it comes to supernatural or paranormal occurrences happening like that, it is they prey upon like a certain type of person. So like that, like there's certain people that allegedly are easier to be manipulated and possessed versus maybe somebody like us or whatever.
No. I get that 100% because you're going through so much that your
discernment is low.
Yeah, I know. Or you're just open. You're just more open, and that's what anything in life in general. Like if you got a lot going on, you're open to more nefarious things even happening to you in your life. And I get that. But I think the performances were all good, but I just felt like it needed to be tied together. And it was like, it just felt that last part. It was like, man, you built up all this good equity and all these good characters. The kids were good. Like those kids were good. Shout out to my dude for Stranger Things, man. He killed it. The little boy was like a grown man up in there. He was good.
Yeah. It was so interesting because I think seeing the scene where, so like now the boy is in the hospital and all that stuff is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing the like how that happened in real life, and when people was like, no, this is not, because like medically people are, a doctor is going to try to figure out, okay, your body in certain states can do this because you are not in a state of being, right? But then like hearing with the doctor, the police officer that was also on that case, he was like, yo, I went in that house and I got in my car, the radio started doing something weird, and something came over the radio and was like telling me to get out of here and move
This
and
is
all.
a real story, right?
Yeah, this is the real story. So it's interesting seeing those key parts and how it came together in the movie. But I guess also within it for you, so there's a conversation about a something that Lee Daniels said, and I want to read it to you because this can maybe tie into kind of some of the stuff that you were saying about like I wish it was this, I wish it was that. And Lee Daniels said, every Black person knows of Alberta. Alberta is
100%. I agree with that. That was the best part.
yeah,
I've dated a lot of mixed girls in my life, and a lot of their mamas act like that.
yeah. And so, but also I wanted the people to know in real life that the grandmother is Black in real life. So I wanted to leave with that. But Alberta is Glenn Close's character that we were speaking about earlier. She's part of the fabric of our community, but we've never seen her on screen before. Thank you, Glenn, for bringing her magnificent. I was trying to say magnificently to life, and it just had me. It just had me. And so a lot of people are upset about that statement in regards to what he said about this white woman that is immersed in the Black community being the fabric of our community. And so this one girl said, shout out to this is Cashmere, said this nigga added a white woman to a true story that did not involve a white woman, then said it's because the white women like her are part of the fabric of the Black community. He is objectively worse than Tyler Perry. I'm sorry. He is like if Tyler Perry and Kenya Barris had a baby, which is really fucked up.
Who said that?
This girl on Twitter, her name is This is Cashmere, which has been loved 30,000 times, retweeted about 5.8 thousand times, and there's over 475 comments under this. So some of the other comments say, and so she was like, I think y'all don't, she followed up and said, and I think y'all don't think so because maybe y'all enjoy his shows more. I know y'all love Star and Empire and whatever the fuck else, but he has a very distinct fetishizing for victimizing white women and villainizing Black women. And I know y'all don't see that pattern. She's like, I'm taking Tyler Perry over him any day, and you cannot change my mind. Not that either of them niggas are great, but I'll deal with TP slapstick churchy Quan Mills movies any day. And then she said, I was done once this hit the shade room, but I cannot believe how many people are harping on how movies don't have to be factually correct instead of actually reading what I said about his pattern of inserting a white damsel in distress into every story he tells.
Oh, because she's talking about Shadow Boxer, the film with Cuba Gooding and I forgot. Was it? It's not Glenn Close. Is it Helen Hunt?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else is it? He's supposed to be a white woman damsel in distress. I get it from that aspect. I didn't think of it that deeply though. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And maybe people can say, I know people normally think I'm the super pro Black guy on this, but I didn't even think of it that deeply. I just was like, okay, this is a white woman that act Black.
Yeah, I didn't go that deep. I also stopped watching Empire after a certain point.
I just started watching Empire because it got ridiculous. It had nothing to do with white women.
Yeah, I missed the episode and never went back. Never got into Star. Now I watched. Now I did, like I said, for the movie aspect of it, I don't recall that being a theme. But like I could see how somebody, if you are actively, into that, you could pick up on a theme like that, just like how Tyler Perry films have certain things. Mm-hmm. And somebody said, I don't know any Albertas, never have. I do know Mary, the middle-aged white woman coworker who will snitch on you. So I mean, it's just a dialogue.
In Alberta's period, or are they talking about white Albertas?
I mean, I think it's just like the version of the whiteness that's there, but also it's like,
Hey man, how old is these
back in
people, man?
back in
How old is
2017,
the one woman? How's the young lady that
she's probably like around our age that tweeted that.
okay.
But back in January 5th, 2017, BET posted an article, said Lee Daniels wants white people to feel good about themselves. Really?
Okay, well now we tripping now.
And then there's another article where it says Lee Daniels says he made the star lead character white because the country needed to heal. This white girl is so fabulous that black people will embrace her and white people will embrace her, says the co-creator role played by Jude Dormer, whatever. And then I don't know. So I mean,
okay, so people just met like saying fuck him in general. It ain't even about
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, because this movie doesn't get me those tropes. They just like, man, fuck him in general, and that you know, it is what it is.
I think it's more so of the sentiment that he is projecting or speaking for like an entire race of people, and we always go back to how detrimental that is to society, at least to black society, because that's not the reality for a lot of us.
No, I agree.
Like I don't know Alberta.
What do you mean? You don't know a white woman act like that?
No, like I mean, I know white girls that fuck niggas, but at the end of the day, there's still a level of where they still rest in their whiteness.
No, you ain't met no man.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
No.
There's still a level for, but I can't speak. I'm only speaking for.
No.
Yeah, but I
know Alberta.
Yeah, but I'm not speaking for the entire
The
race.
only white girl I ever dated is an Alberta. The only white woman I've ever dated in my life is an Alberta.
Okay, interesting. I learned something else.
And I'm talking about like you talk to her. If I called her on the phone now, this is back in high school. I dated her. Like people thought she was black.
Interesting. Okay. No, and that's fair. And that's fair. But you speaking for you, and I'm telling you my experience. So they're
I'm not. I'm telling you. I know every black dude knows in Alberta. That's what I'm saying. Like
that's cool.
That's what I'm saying. Every black dude knows that. Maybe y'all as women may not know. And I disagree. I think a lot of y'all do know some. Y'all just ain't.
So let me go back to what I said.
Yep.
Because I said what I said.
Yeah.
My experience and what I have seen is if I encounter someone that is a partial Alberta, there's still a level of them that rest in their whiteness because when shit come ahead, they are white. That is what I was saying.
This girl with the fat,
but that's also.
I'm going to tell you how. I'm not saying how because she's not black, but like how much she was in Alberta. Have you heard somebody do the opposite way of DSEG?
Huh?
Have you seen when we're in the DSEG program? Okay. Have you heard of a white person coming to the city and not going to Metro? Exactly.
Yeah, no.
This girl did DSEG the opposite way.
Yeah. I'm like, so it depends. It depends on if they already been in the public school system and what middle school they went to.
No, she grew up in Webster Groves.
Right. Okay. So they bus people from Webster Groves to the
city. You can do back then you could do the whole point of DSEG, you could do reverse DSEG.
No, I know because that's how I went to.
Yes, she got bused into the city.
But I didn't know. So like in elementary school, I think it's because she probably had already been grandfathered in and all. That's where everybody she knew was likely. Like I in elementary school, I remember having a friend that lived in the county and was bused to the city. So I get that, but I'm saying I think you're missing what I'm saying. So you're leading with your experience, and I'm just telling.
And I'm telling you, a whole bunch of the cats have the same experience as I'm trying to tell you. I'm
And
not
that's
saying these black
cool.
girls are black, but I'm saying there's no Albertas out there. To say that there's no
I'm not
Albertas
saying
out
that
here.
they don't exist, but they're not the fabric of the fucking black community. That's
I never
a
said
bold.
that.
Lee Daniel said it.
I know, but the girl said that I don't know no Albertas, period. Like they don't
The
exist.
guy said that. There was
Yeah,
a guy
but
that said that.
incorrect.
I mean, and that could be true. Here's the thing. The two can coexist. They can exist, and then somebody might not know them. Just like I'm telling you, yes, you have your experience, but I have mine. Because I've seen weird shit play out where it'd be like,
Go ahead.
no, because I mean, you looked at me crazy, like, bitch, you lying. And
no, no, that's not what I was trying to do.
That's how you looked up at me, and I'm like, no, but it's true. It's just similarly like to the feminist movement when we talk about all of that hoopla, right? Mm-hmm. And how when it's time to really like show up and show out, them bitches go in the voting booth and vote, against their better interests. So it's the same thing. And like you can have your version where they all in, and then I can go off of my experience where they got one foot in and one foot out.
I didn't say they don't, and some of them do. I mean, I can't speak on like their total essence when it comes to that, but I'm just saying the idea that someone saying he don't know, never met no Albertas is totally infactual.
I mean, maybe he grew up in a small town where there's only so many people, or maybe it's just not his experience because that's something he don't subscribe to. Like that's not culturally his thing, and he didn't take the time to get to know that person. It could exist, just depending on, geographically where he is. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying like that. That was just like I was like, wow, like really, like you ain't never met nobody from.
Yeah.
Like, you sure about that plan? That was just kind of my thing of like,
okay.
And their identity of whatever they feel like, you can litigate that. I ain't litigating like what they feel like, if they're trying to, take a part of black society or anything. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just plain old that you ain't never met no black, no white girl like that, a white woman like that. I can't believe that one. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah, and I think that people, I can see how people like, well, it's not based. It says inspired by true events, so you can rework it to be anything that you
can. Bullshit talking about the fabric of Black America. Now that's different. I ain't talking about that. I ain't beefing. I'm not fucking with that. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking about the idea that you like, I ain't never met no Alberta. Stop it. That's a lie. You've met Alberta. All y'all have. You just didn't realize it, or maybe it's not to the level that you want it to be, but we've all met Alberta. That's for sure. Hold on.
And I guess that's a fair statement to say. I mean, yeah. I guess the other thing is just like, it also is one of those things where we know that there's certain names and certain themes that draw people in. So because you have this pretty much this all-star cast, which shout out to Monique.
Monique did a great job.
Monique did an amazing job, and I was just happy that she wasn't the villain in this movie because I was.
You thought she was gonna be the villain?
I don't fucking know. Like people be weird and.
No, Monique wasn't gonna let that happen.
Here's the thing: is that I want to stay on Monique just for a second, not in literally a second. I saw something that was just like Monique did what she was supposed to do, and when people that's supposed to rock with you, kind of screw you over, you are supposed to call them out and hold them accountable because a lot of people was trying to silence her, and I absolutely agree with that. Whether they're our friends or not, like if you're gonna play in my face, like at least pay me. You know what I mean? Pay you my value, my worth, and I'm happy that they was able to move past that because she's a hell of an actress, and she looked good, hair was herring, and she really fully stepped into that role.
Yeah, like it looked good. She looked good. Like Monique looked
amazing.
Good. Like, she looked good. Like, all right, Monique.
But so also, I think that was the other draw too. Was just like, oh damn, like this is a big deal, and it just goes back again to saying, hey, big names are gonna draw people in because you got Andra Day, because she won an Emmy, right, or Golden Globe.
Oh no,
She
she was
won,
nominated for an Oscar too.
yeah, but then
Oh no, no,
that
she's
year,
nominated for Emmy for the it was an Emmy. That's an Emmy because it was a technically a TV show. Yeah,
yeah. So
for Billie
Emmy
Holiday.
or Golden Globe, because Golden
Billie
Globes
Holiday.
they do movie, they do TV too.
Yeah, Billie
So
Holiday.
yeah, for Billie Holiday. And then you got Glenn Close, Monique, like you said, the kids, Mike Epps, which I would listen. Mike Epps sleeping with Glenn Close.
I thought that
I
was
don't know
funny.
what I thought his role was gonna be because it wasn't that. That was a
Not at
beautiful
all.
surprise.
No, 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 that was funny. Like, okay, hey, look, I'm telling you, look,
Yeah.
that stuff happens, man.
Yeah, so it was a good time. Uh so I don't know. Overall, I'm gonna say I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. Because
Oh,
I
I
had
was gonna give it
fun.
higher than that. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 6.5, 6.5.
Okay. So, and
Yeah,
that was because you felt like
I
it
feel
was
like
a
it could
different
have
movie.
went. I think they went too like it was too much trying to be any another type of. I wish you would have used the ghost to identify their actual pain of what they were going through instead of these other ghosts like on attacking them because of their pain. Like them having to heal was the way to get the ghosts up out of them instead of like we're not strong enough to take them. Like I just thought that was kind of thrown in there. It was a lot of equity built up with these characters to me just to be throwing them out there. To me, throwing them out of there.
I get what you're saying, but if that would be like a different movie too. I will say the one thing about that I didn't like about we'll say like that it was, she didn't refer to it as an exorcism, but whatever she referred to it as, like Ingenue's character,
Mm-hmm.
they killed her off so fast. But I didn't like the fact she was like, I'm dying. Here,
Yeah,
take this. And I was like, we see that you didn't have to say that you dying.
yeah, like or on top of that, hey, help me. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
die. Like, hey, roll me up out of here. Roll me out the house before you get to getting. Take this. And
I
then
would
at
say
the
that's,
end,
but
so all
apparently
these dead
I think
bodies that's being in the crib, nobody trying to like. So the dead body of this woman's in there. Nobody's questioning that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying nobody's questioning the fact that it's a dead body in here, and they showed up, and it's not nobody getting locked up.
well, we'll have to watch Demon House to see what happened in real life, which is the documentary about that house that's on Prime. But I will say this: I think the interesting part too is just the fact that damn, what was I gonna say? I think was the key thing is just I think you are hanging up on the demons latching on because of you, like you're saying, you wanted it to be the trauma, when as a whole their trauma is what made them weak and how he was able to latch on.
Yeah, but I mean, but the other woman was decently strong. Why is all of a sudden she was, able to fend them off? So, but my thing is, and then how she gets so strong in 25 minutes? Now she's able to defeat the demon in 25 minutes. All of a sudden, now she got all the faith in the world that's to be strong enough, and this other woman was
Well,
strong in her faith.
it take faith of a mustard seed. All she needed was a
Yeah,
mustard seed. But see, no, because but the lady told her, but then you also have to go back to what kind of even the conversations when she was cussing Glenn Close out, Alberta out. Oh, you now you this new person because you found God, blah blah blah, but you don't remember this or whatever, da, 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 like what you did to me and how this happened to me. But I think it was her will and wanting to survive and wanting things to get better is what also made her be able to, like be strong and persevere and push forward through that battle.
Mm.
Mm, yeah. So I don't know. Like I think that was just that it was interesting. I had a good time. It was definitely I just want to say this. I love Black people being in the thriller
Oh no, 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 no!
horror
The idea that the suspense,
that space.
paranormal space. Yes.
Yeah, I love that. I love where we see Blackness going because we tend to not be in those spaces often. And Jordan Peele, we Get Out,
Mm-hmm.
it's just started something. Because I even watched what is it? A Girl and Her Monster that's on
Mm-hmm.
Hulu. Oh my God, it was so good. So good. So I like us being in these realms because we do have stories to tell. And though our day to day for the most part is,
The angry black girl and our monster.
yeah, it was really good. And so though our day to day is kind of like Black horror. I like us being able to fully step into this and immerse ourselves in the genre. So I had a really good time watching this movie. Like the lighting, the writing was really, really strong. And like I said again, just an all-star cast. So I can't wait to see something else. And shout out to Anjanou because she was just so dope in Lovecraft.
Yeah. She was super dope in Lovecraft. Like she's dope in damn near everything she do.
Yeah.
Cause she was in what was something she was in?
She was just in this show called The Supremes.
Right.
That's on Hulu. That was really, really good. The lead in that. She's been in a lot of stuff that I've recently watched. Cause she was in some movie
she was in that I really loved.
She's in a movie.
Undercover Brother.
Okay.
She was Sister Girl in there.
And then she was in this Lifetime movie. I think it was a Lifetime movie with Keke Palmer, where she stole. Was it Keke Palmer? Yeah, because she stole her from the hospital, which is also based on a true story.
Oh yeah, now that one was a true story. I know you're talking about.
That's
that was
a true story too. And it was really good. It was really good. Hey y'all, if you like what you see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to hit that button right there. It'll take you to more clips, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. See you back next time.